Hey, movie nerds! Today, we're stepping into The Mask, a 1994 comedy fantasy that explores the intoxicating duality between restraint and wild abandon. A story that asks us to look deeper, to question, and to feel beyond the surface. I'm glad you're here, because together we'll unravel the hidden layers, the subtle details, and the little moments that whisper the heart of the film. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe. Let's keep exploring these stories that shape how we see the world. Now, settle in, open your mind, and let's dive into the depths of this cinematic journey. From the very first moments, the story sweeps us into a world where the ordinary collides with the extraordinary, where the mundane streets of a bustling city transform into a playground of chaos and laughter. It's a world that invites us to consider what lies beneath the facades we all wear. This film is not just a tale of comic mischief. It's a vivid exploration of identity, power, and the liberating yet dangerous thrill of self-expression unleashed. At its center is Stanley Ipkiss, a meek and somewhat downtrodden bank clerk whose life feels stiflingly predictable. His days are marked by quiet routine and unnoticed presence, his dreams muted by self-doubt. Yet, the discovery of a mysterious ancient mask changes everything. The mask is no ordinary artifact. It holds a supernatural force that unleashes a zany, cartoonish alter ego within him, an untamed spirit that defies the laws of reality and propriety. The transformation is electrifying, turning Stanley from wallflower into a whirlwind of chaos, charm, and wild magic. The film dances effortlessly between slapstick humor and moments of genuine heart. Watching Stanley navigate the newfound power, and the intoxicating freedom it brings, is both hilarious and poignant. His alter ego embodies the ID's release, a carnival of color and sound that explodes onto the screen in vibrant animation and bold physicality. It's a celebration of whimsy and the absurd, yet beneath the surface lies a meditation on the masks we wear in daily life and the parts of ourselves we hide. As the story unfolds, the stakes escalate beyond personal transformation. The mask attracts attention from dangerous quarters, a cunning crime boss whose dark ambitions threaten to engulf the city in corruption and violence. This villain, suave and ruthless, becomes the perfect foil to Stanley's chaotic charm. Their clash is a riotous spectacle of cartoonish battles and clever wordplay, blending comic book flair with gritty urban grit. The film balances this tension with humor that's both slapstick and sly, inviting us to revel in the ridiculous while sensing the serious undertones beneath. The supporting cast adds rich layers to this world. There's Tina Carlisle, the enigmatic nightclub singer whose allure both captivates and complicates Stanley's journey. Their chemistry sizzles, adding romance and vulnerability amid the madness. Then there's Lieutenant Kellaway, the tough but well-meaning cop caught in the crossfire, whose pursuit of justice offers a grounded counterpoint to the supernatural chaos. These characters flesh out the narrative, creating relationships that range from tender to turbulent, comedy to conflict. Visually, the film is a feast. Its blend of live action and animation creates a unique aesthetic, a kaleidoscope of neon colors, exaggerated expressions, and impossible physics. The mask's powers manifest in a cascade of transformations that feel pulled from classic cartoons, yet grounded by the human performances at their core. This stylistic choice amplifies themes of freedom and identity, making the unreal feel viscerally real. Key plot twists keep the energy high and the audience engaged. Stanley's dual existence becomes increasingly complicated as the mask's influence grows stronger, blurring lines between control and chaos. Moments of near discovery and close calls with the villain ratchet tension while deepening character stakes. The narrative cleverly balances the protagonist's internal struggle with external threats, culminating in a showdown that is as inventive as it is exhilarating. What makes this story enduring is its heart beneath the humor. It reminds us that beneath the masks we all wear, whether imposed by society or self-created, there is a longing to break free, to express the parts of ourselves that dare not surface. It's a wild, joyous, sometimes messy celebration of that impulse, wrapped in a story that delights, surprises, and ultimately uplifts. So as we prepare to dive deeper into this world, get ready to explore not just the dazzling spectacle and laugh-out-loud moments, but the hidden currents of meaning and emotion that make this film more than just a comic romp. This is a journey into the playful yet profound, where the mask is both a key and a question, a portal into what it means to be truly alive. The story opens in the bustling heart of a city alive with noise, color, and the endless flow of ordinary lives, a place where dreams often get lost in the shuffle of everyday monotony. Here we meet Stanley Ipkiss, a man whose very presence seems to blend into the background. He's the kind of person you might overlook, gentle, shy, a bit clumsy, and desperately yearning for a spark to ignite his dull existence. His days follow a predictable rhythm, a thankless job at the bank, awkward attempts to win the attention of a captivating woman, and nights spent alone in his modest apartment. Yet beneath his unassuming exterior lies a deep well of longing, a silent craving for transformation and meaning. Stanley's life takes a sudden, unexpected turn when he stumbles upon a curious artifact, a wooden mask, ancient and enigmatic, hidden away like a forgotten treasure. This discovery is anything but ordinary. As he dons the mask, an extraordinary metamorphosis occurs. The meek man becomes a flamboyant, wildly charismatic figure whose presence commands attention and whose powers defy reality. His face, once timid and pale, now dons a radiant green grin, his movements become exaggeratedly cartoonish, and his very being seems infused with a magic that breaks the bounds of the natural world. The early days of this transformation are a whirlwind. Stanley experiments with his newfound abilities, altering his shape, bending physics to his will, and expressing a boldness he never knew he had. This alter ego is not just a change in appearance but an eruption of pure, unfiltered personality. He dances through the city's streets like a force of nature, eliciting laughter, surprise, and bewilderment from everyone he encounters. The contrast between Stanley's ordinary self and this wild new persona is striking and forms the film's central tension. As this new identity takes hold, Stanley begins to attract attention beyond mere curiosity. His antics in public places, turning a dull bank into a playground of chaos, dazzling crowds at a nightclub, spark both amusement and alarm. People are drawn to his infectious energy, but others see him as a threat or an enigma to be controlled. This growing notoriety sets in motion a series of events that entangle Stanley in a web of danger and intrigue. Key among these developments is his encounter with Tina Carlisle, a sultry nightclub singer whose allure captivates Stanley's heart and challenges his self-perception. Tina embodies both the glamour and the complexity of the world Stanley aspires to enter. Their interactions shimmer with chemistry and tension, as Stanley's shy earnestness clashes with Tina's guarded allure. The masked persona allows him to approach her with confidence, but it also complicates his identity and intentions, blurring the line between genuine connection and performance. Meanwhile, the darker forces at play begin to emerge. Dorian Tyrell, a ruthless crime boss with his own ambitions for power, becomes aware of the mask and its abilities. His character serves as a grim counterpoint to Stanley's chaotic but essentially good-natured transformation. Dorian's pursuit of the mask and its powers introduces an urgent external conflict, turning what began as a personal adventure into a high-stakes battle for control. His network of henchmen and his violent methods cast a shadow over the city's neon glow, injecting tension and danger into the unfolding narrative. Parallel to these plot threads runs the story of Lieutenant Kellaway, a tough but principled police officer tasked with restoring order amid the chaos unleashed by the mask-wielding figure. Kellaway's investigations bring him into conflict with both Stanley and the criminal underworld, positioning him as a guardian of justice who must navigate a world where appearances deceive and truth is elusive. His presence grounds the story, providing a moral anchor and a human face amid the surreal spectacle. The film balances moments of uproarious comedy with scenes of genuine heart. Stanley's clumsiness and good intentions endear him to the audience, even as his masked persona's outlandish antics push boundaries and expectations. His struggles to reconcile these two selves create an emotional through line that elevates the film beyond a simple fantasy romp. As the plot progresses, Stanley's mastery over the mask's powers grows, but so does the complexity of his situation. The mask is both gift and curse, granting freedom while threatening to consume his true identity. Encounters with Tina and Kellaway deepen his internal conflicts, forcing choices that reveal character and theme. The tension between control and chaos, appearance and reality, plays out in increasingly inventive and unpredictable ways. The first half culminates in a series of escalating confrontations, public displays of the mask's power that attract both admiration and hostility. Stanley faces moments of vulnerability and triumph, each event pushing him closer to a reckoning with the mask's true nature and the forces seeking to exploit it. The interplay of humor, action, and emotion keeps the pace brisk and the stakes high. Throughout these developments, the film cleverly uses visual effects and inventive choreography to bring the mask's cartoonish magic to life. The seamless blend of live action and animation creates a dynamic world where the impossible feels tangible and where laughter and suspense coexist in perfect harmony. In essence, this opening chapter invites us into a story about transformation, both magical and deeply human. It asks what happens when the boundaries between who we are and who we want to be dissolve, and what costs come with the freedom to unleash our hidden selves. The narrative's twists and turns, vibrant characters, and imaginative visuals set the stage for a journey that is as exhilarating as it is thought-provoking. As the story charges forward from its vibrant beginning, the narrative plunges into a whirlwind of escalating stakes, deepening conflicts, and unexpected revelations that propel the characters into uncharted territory. The city that once served as a backdrop for playful chaos becomes a battleground, a kaleidoscope of danger, desire, and transformation where every choice carries weight and every mask hides more than it reveals. The protagonist, now deeply entwined with the powers and pitfalls of the mystical mask, finds his dual existence increasingly fraught. The intoxicating freedom that once felt like liberation now threatens to consume him, blurring the lines between his true self and the unleashed persona. This tension is palpable, threading through each scene as he struggles to retain control while harnessing the mask's wild abilities. His moments of exuberance are tinged with vulnerability, hinting at the cost of unbridled power. Meanwhile, the criminal underworld tightens its grip. Dorian Tyrell, the ruthless crime lord, intensifies his pursuit of the mask, recognizing it as the key to cementing his dominion over the city. His machinations become more brazen and dangerous, using both brute force and cunning subterfuge to corner the protagonist. The shadow cast by Dorian's ambition darkens the narrative, injecting a sense of urgency and peril that contrasts sharply with the film's comedic elements. A pivotal turning point arrives when the antagonist orchestrates a bold heist, leveraging the mask's allure to destabilize the city's balance. This event triggers a domino effect, forcing the protagonist to confront not only external threats but internal dilemmas about responsibility, identity, and the true meaning of heroism. The narrative skillfully intertwines high-octane action with emotional beats, ensuring that spectacle serves character development rather than overshadowing it. The relationship between the protagonist and Tina Carlisle deepens amid this chaos. Their chemistry, initially sparked by curiosity and allure, evolves into a complex bond marked by trust, fear, and longing. Tina's own backstory and motivations emerge, revealing layers of vulnerability beneath her confident exterior. Their interactions provide emotional grounding, offering moments of tenderness and conflict that humanize the unfolding drama. Lieutenant Kellaway's pursuit of justice brings him closer to uncovering the mask's secrets and the identities behind its chaotic influence. His character arc reaches a climax as he grapples with the moral ambiguities presented by the mask-wielding figure and the criminal forces. Kellaway's growing awareness and nuanced perspective add depth to the narrative's exploration of law, order, and the gray areas in between. As tensions crescendo, the protagonist faces a harrowing moment of betrayal. A close ally reveals a hidden agenda, upending trust and forcing a re-evaluation of alliances. This twist injects fresh complexity into the narrative, challenging the protagonist's judgment and resolve. It also highlights the theme of appearances versus reality, a recurrent motif underscored by the mask itself. The film's climax unfolds in a dazzling sequence that blends live-action stunt work with imaginative visual effects. Set against the neon glow of the city's skyline and within the labyrinthine corridors of the nightclub, the final confrontation pits the protagonist's chaotic alter ego against Dorian's calculated menace. The battle is a symphony of frenetic movement, clever tactics, and surreal transformations, a cartoonish yet visceral clash that encapsulates the film's unique tonal blend. Amid the action, moments of vulnerability and insight surface. The protagonist confronts the true nature of his power, the mask's origins, and the choice between surrender and control. These revelations are not mere plot devices but integral to the thematic heart of the story, exploring freedom, identity, and the duality within us all. Resolution arrives with a satisfying blend of catharsis and ambiguity. The protagonist manages to thwart Dorian's plans, restoring a precarious balance to the city, but not without cost. The mask's influence is tempered, its magic acknowledged but no longer all-consuming. Relationships, romantic, friendly, adversarial, find new equilibrium, leaving open questions about future possibilities. The closing scenes resonate with humor and hope, reaffirming the film's celebration of self-expression and resilience. The city, scarred but alive, reflects the character's transformations, complex, imperfect, and full of potential. Throughout this second act, the film masterfully balances outrageous comedy with heartfelt drama, weaving a narrative that is as emotionally engaging as it is visually spectacular. The characters grow in depth, the stakes escalate authentically, and the story's core themes are illuminated through plot and performance. In essence, this unfolding chapter is a roller coaster of wild invention and poignant insight, a journey through chaos and control, illusion and truth, that leaves audiences exhilarated and thoughtful. It is a testament to storytelling that embraces both the ridiculous and the profound, inviting us to laugh, marvel, and reflect long after the final curtain falls. Within the vibrant and chaotic world of this film, the characters emerge not as mere archetypes but as richly layered individuals whose journeys resonate with universal themes of identity, transformation, and the duality of human nature. To truly understand the film's depth and emotional impact, it is essential to look closely at these figures, their motivations, conflicts, and evolution, and explore how they embody the story's heart and its playful yet profound exploration of self. At the center stands Stanley Ipkiss, a man whose outward meekness and timidity mask a yearning for something greater. His character is crafted with a delicate balance of vulnerability and latent potential, inviting empathy as he navigates a world that often overlooks him. Stanley's initial presentation, as the awkward, overlooked bank clerk, grounds the narrative in relatable humanity. His struggles with confidence, social anxiety, and unfulfilled desire are portrayed with sincerity, making his later transformations all the more striking. Stanley's journey is not just about external change but an internal quest for self-discovery and empowerment. The mask serves as a catalyst, unleashing a side of him that is uninhibited, bold, and irrepressibly joyful. This alter ego embodies a raw ID, an expression of creativity and freedom suppressed by social convention and self-doubt. Yet, the film does not simplify this duality into good versus evil. Instead, it portrays the complexities of embracing one's wild side without losing oneself, a dance between chaos and control. The actor's performance captures this duality with remarkable nuance. In his unmasked moments, subtle facial expressions and body language convey Stanley's uncertainty and kindness. When transformed, his physicality shifts dramatically. Movements become exaggerated, expressions flamboyant, voice playful, reflecting the mask's power to liberate and disrupt. This contrast enriches the character, making him both comic and deeply human. Opposite Stanley is Dorian Tyrell, the suave and menacing antagonist whose ambitions threaten the city's fragile order. Dorian is not a one-dimensional villain but a figure shaped by his own desires for control and respect. His charisma and ruthless pragmatism make him a formidable foil to Stanley's chaotic exuberance. The film explores the seductive allure of power through Dorian's character, showing how his quest for dominance masks insecurities and a yearning for recognition. Dorian's interactions with Stanley and other characters highlight themes of order versus freedom and the costs of ambition. His presence casts a long shadow, raising the stakes and providing a counterbalance to the film's comedic elements. The actor's portrayal imbues Dorian with a blend of charm and menace, making him a memorable and credible antagonist. Tina Carlisle, the enigmatic nightclub singer, adds emotional complexity and romantic tension. Initially portrayed as glamorous and somewhat aloof, Tina's character arc reveals layers of vulnerability and resilience. Her relationship with Stanley challenges both characters, forcing them to confront fears and desires. Tina embodies themes of allure, danger, and transformation, serving as both muse and mirror to Stanley's evolving identity. The chemistry between the leads brings authenticity to their interactions, blending flirtation, uncertainty, and genuine connection. Tina's journey, from guarded survivor to active participant in the unfolding drama, parallels Stanley's, creating a dynamic interplay of growth and self-acceptance. Lieutenant Kellaway, the determined and principled police officer, grounds the narrative in realism and moral inquiry. His pursuit of justice places him at the intersection of law, order, and the surreal disruptions caused by the mask. Kellaway's character embodies the tension between duty and adaptability, illustrating the challenges of maintaining integrity in a world turned upside down. Supporting characters, from Stanley's loyal dog to eccentric friends and colorful city dwellers, add texture and humor, enriching the story's social tapestry. Each contributes to the protagonist's world, reflecting aspects of community, loyalty, and everyday life amid extraordinary circumstances. The film's writing allows characters to evolve naturally, balancing comedic timing with emotional depth. Dialogues often reveal hidden fears, hopes, and contradictions, while physical comedy underscores vulnerability and resilience. The interplay of character and narrative drives the story's momentum and emotional resonance. Costuming and visual design further articulate character identity. Stanley's unassuming wardrobe contrasts sharply with the mask's vibrant costumes, visually representing internal transformation. Dorian's sharp suits and Tina's glamorous attire communicate status and persona. These details extend storytelling beyond words, enriching characterization through visual symbolism. In sum, the film's characters are crafted with care and complexity, embodying its central themes through their struggles, relationships, and growth. Their journeys invite viewers to reflect on identity, freedom, and the masks we all wear, literal and metaphorical. Through humor, heart, and transformation, these figures become conduits for a story that is at once wildly entertaining and deeply human. The making of this film is a tale filled with surprising twists and unexpected moments, a behind-the-scenes adventure as vibrant and unpredictable as the story itself. Far from the polished final product that dazzles audiences, the journey to bring this film to life was peppered with quirky anecdotes, unusual challenges, and fascinating tidbits that reveal the heart and soul of its creation. These strange facts, scattered throughout production, offer a window into the unpredictable alchemy of filmmaking, where creativity meets chaos and magic often arises from the most unexpected places. One of the most charming behind-the-scenes stories involves the lead actor's approach to embodying the mask's wild alter ego. To capture the zany, cartoonish energy required, he immersed himself in classic animation and slapstick comedy, drawing inspiration from icons like Tex Avery and Chuck Jones. But beyond study, he developed his own mask dance, a series of spontaneous, exaggerated movements and facial expressions that became signature to the character. The choreography was so physical and demanding that it required extensive stamina and flexibility, leading to a rigorous training routine that combined martial arts, mime, and dance. Crew members affectionately dubbed him the human cartoon, noting how his performance blurred the line between live action and animated spectacle. The film's groundbreaking visual effects also have a fascinating genesis. At a time when CGI was still in its infancy, the production team pushed boundaries by blending live-action footage with hand-drawn animation and early digital effects. One unusual anecdote recounts how a particular sequence, where the mask morphs Stanley's face into wild shapes, was created by projecting animated cells onto the actor's face and then compositing the live and animated elements. This painstaking process required frame-by-frame alignment and precise timing, showcasing the technical innovation and patience behind what appears effortless on screen. Shooting on location brought its own share of surprises. The bustling urban settings, while visually perfect for the film's vibrant tone, posed logistical challenges. One night, a key chase scene was interrupted by a sudden power outage that plunged the entire block into darkness. Instead of rescheduling, the director seized the moment, filming the scene in near-total darkness and using glow sticks and neon lights as improvised lighting. The resulting footage became one of the film's most visually striking sequences, a testament to the crew's adaptability and creative spirit. The production also benefited from serendipitous moments involving extras and bystanders. During a crowded nightclub scene, an enthusiastic audience member, unbeknownst to the filmmakers, joined the shoot and performed an impromptu dance routine that perfectly matched the music and mood. Rather than cut the moment, the director embraced it, incorporating the dancer into the background and capturing a genuine burst of energy that elevated the scene's authenticity. Costume design was a blend of futuristic imagination and practical necessity, leading to some unexpected outcomes. The mask itself was crafted from lightweight materials to allow the actor freedom of movement, but early prototypes proved too fragile or uncomfortable. One prototype included fiber optic threads woven into the design, creating a glowing effect, but this caused overheating during long shoots. Adjustments led to a balance between aesthetics and comfort, but the trials left the actor with stories of sweat-soaked takes and humorous wardrobe malfunctions. Sound recording, especially for the mask's exaggerated voice and effects, presented unique challenges. The actor recorded multiple takes experimenting with vocal pitch, tempo, and inflection, sometimes improvising nonsensical phrases that captured the character's playful spirit. Sound engineers layered these recordings with cartoonish sound effects, boings, whistles, and zany musical notes, to create a signature auditory presence. Interestingly, some of these vocalizations were inspired by early radio comedy and vaudeville, linking modern technology with nostalgic performance traditions. The film's stunt sequences were equally filled with unexpected moments. During a particularly complex rooftop fight, a miscalculation caused a stunt performer to slip, nearly leading to a fall. Quick thinking from the safety team and the performer's agility turned the near accident into an improvised move that was so visually dynamic the director insisted on including it in the final cut. This instance epitomizes the delicate balance of risk and creativity that underpins stunt work. Casting included surprises as well. Several supporting roles were filled after spontaneous auditions where actors improvised scenes that revealed unexpected dimensions to their characters. One minor character, originally scripted as a silent henchman, was given a more prominent role after the actor's charismatic improvisations during rehearsals. This flexibility contributed to the film's lively and unpredictable tone. The international nature of the crew added a rich cultural texture to the production, but also led to humorous moments born of language barriers and different filmmaking traditions. These cultural exchanges fostered a warm, collaborative atmosphere, with crew members sharing food, stories, and customs during long shoots. One memorable day featured a multicultural potluck that became a highlight, blending diverse flavors and fostering camaraderie. Marketing efforts leaned into the film's quirky charm, releasing behind-the-scenes footage and interviews that highlighted these strange and endearing moments. Social media teasers shared snippets of on-set antics, stunt rehearsals, and candid cast interactions, building anticipation and inviting fans into the creative process. In sum, the strangest facts about this film's making reveal a production alive with invention, humor, and resilience. They remind us that beneath the surface of cinematic spectacle lies a human story of collaboration, serendipity, and the joyful chaos that turns vision into reality. These tales enrich our appreciation, offering a glimpse into the magical unpredictability that makes filmmaking an art unlike any other. The unfolding of this film offers more than a vibrant, comedic spectacle. It opens a rich landscape for critical exploration, where significant events resonate beyond their immediate narrative functions to engage with deeper cultural, psychological, and cinematic themes. Viewed through an analytical lens, these moments reveal the film's intricate dance between surface playfulness and substantive reflection, illuminating why it continues to captivate and provoke audiences decades after its release. This transformative moment serves as the film's fulcrum, a symbolic passage from repression to liberation. Critics have noted how this act embodies the Jungian concept of the shadow, the hidden, repressed aspects of the psyche unleashed into the conscious world. The mask does not merely grant supernatural powers, it externalizes the protagonist's latent desires, frustrations, and creativity. This duality invites viewers to consider the masks they themselves wear and the impulses they suppress. The film uses this event to challenge social norms around conformity and self-expression, suggesting that embracing one's fuller self can be both exhilarating and dangerous. As the narrative progresses, the protagonist's public antics as his alter ego become a site for analyzing the tension between chaos and order. His wild, unpredictable behavior disrupts the city's veneer of control, eliciting reactions that range from amusement to fear. This dynamic has been interpreted as a commentary on societal constraints and the human longing to break free from them. The film's blending of slapstick comedy with moments of genuine peril creates a layered experience where laughter coexists with unease, reflecting the complexity of challenging authority and convention. The romantic subplot involving the nightclub singer introduces critical themes of desire, identity, and agency. Her character is not merely a love interest but a symbol of allure and complexity, embodying the interplay of vulnerability and power. Critics have highlighted how her relationship with the protagonist mirrors broader gender dynamics and the negotiation of intimacy in a world where appearances can deceive. Their interactions, filled with flirtation and tension, also serve to humanize the protagonist, grounding his extraordinary experiences in relatable emotional stakes. The antagonist's pursuit of the mask and the protagonist functions as a lens to examine power structures and moral ambiguity. The crime boss's charisma and ruthlessness offer a nuanced portrait of ambition unchecked by ethics. His character challenges the simplistic dichotomy of good versus evil, inviting reflections on the seductive nature of control and the cost of dominance. The film's climactic confrontations dramatize this ideological clash, blending high-energy spectacle with thematic depth. From a cinematic perspective, the film's inventive use of visual effects and animation invites critical praise. The seamless integration of live-action and cartoon-inspired sequences expands the language of film, creating a hybrid form that captures the chaos and whimsy of the protagonist's alter ego. This stylistic choice not only entertains but reinforces thematic concerns about reality's malleability and the power of imagination. Scholars have explored how this approach challenges traditional genre boundaries and reflects postmodern sensibilities. Sound design and musical scoring further enhance the film's emotional and thematic impact. The playful, energetic soundtrack contrasts with moments of silence or subdued tones, creating an auditory rhythm that mirrors narrative tension and release. The use of musical leitmotifs associated with characters or ideas adds layers of meaning, guiding audience interpretation and emotional engagement. Audience reception has been profoundly shaped by these narrative and stylistic choices. Viewers frequently cite the film's ability to blend humor, action, and heart as key to its enduring appeal. Its exploration of identity and freedom resonates across demographics, fostering both escapism and introspection. Fan communities engage actively with its iconic scenes and characters, creating a vibrant cultural afterlife that sustains its relevance. Critically, the film has sparked diverse interpretations. Some praise its innovative melding of comedy and fantasy as a refreshing departure from genre conventions. Others interrogate its handling of gender and power dynamics, prompting discussions about representation and agency. The film's legacy includes influence on subsequent media and continued scholarly interest, affirming its status as both entertainment and cultural text. In summary, the significant events within the film function as narrative engines and thematic signposts, shaping its emotional resonance and critical reception. Through its vibrant storytelling and inventive craft, the film invites audiences to reflect on identity, power, and the liberating yet perilous journey of self-expression. Its layered complexity ensures that each viewing reveals new insights, securing its place as a beloved and thought-provoking cinematic work. The making of this film is a story unto itself, one filled with creative ingenuity, unexpected challenges, and moments of pure magic that transformed a daring concept into an enduring classic. Behind the scenes, a passionate team of artists, technicians, and performers came together to craft a cinematic experience that dazzles the eye while touching the heart. Exploring these production insights and fun facts reveals the alchemy of collaboration, innovation, and joyful perseverance that lies beneath every frame. From the outset, the director envisioned a film that would blend the zany energy of classic cartoons with the tangible presence of live actors, creating a unique hybrid style that required both technical daring and artistic sensitivity. This vision set the tone for a production that balanced meticulous planning with openness to spontaneity. The commitment to practical effects, combined with cutting-edge visual techniques of the early 90s, demanded a close-knit collaboration between departments. Casting was a critical early step. The lead actor was chosen not only for his comedic timing but also for his physicality and willingness to embrace the story's wild tone. He underwent rigorous training to develop the agility and expressiveness needed to embody a character who oscillates between timid everyman and exuberant, almost cartoonish, alter ego. This physical preparation included martial arts, mime, and dance lessons, blending disciplines to achieve the character's unique movement style. The mask itself was an object of fascination and challenge. Crafted from lightweight materials to allow comfort and flexibility, it was designed to capture an exaggerated grin and larger-than-life expressions. Early prototypes, however, posed difficulties. Some were too heavy or fragile, leading to multiple iterations before arriving at the perfect balance. The actor developed a ritual around putting on the mask, involving subtle facial exercises to synchronize his expressions with the mask's features, enhancing the illusion of transformation. Filming locations contributed to the film's vibrant urban atmosphere. Several iconic cityscapes and neighborhoods were chosen for their visual character. Neon-lit streets, bustling nightclubs, and Art Deco architecture provided a rich canvas. Shooting in live locations introduced logistical hurdles, from managing crowds to dealing with unpredictable weather. Yet these challenges often sparked creative solutions. A sudden rainstorm became a dramatic backdrop for a chase sequence, enhancing mood and texture. Set design and props reinforce thematic depth. The mask itself, a radiant green smile amid dark surroundings, stands as an icon of liberation and disruption. Other objects, from the nightclub's artful decor to the villain's sleek weaponry, articulate character and mood. The careful placement of these elements creates a visual rhythm that enhances storytelling without overwhelming it. Visual effects integrate seamlessly with practical elements to create a cohesive aesthetic. The film's signature sequences, where physics bend and reality warps, use a mix of animation, compositing, and camera tricks that pay homage to classic cartoons while innovating within live-action cinema. These effects serve narrative and theme, making the fantastic feel immediate and believable. Sound design complements the visual tapestry, layering urban ambient noises, traffic, chatter, music, with whimsical effects that accentuate the mask's magic. The score weaves jazz motifs with playful electronic beats, reflecting the film's fusion of classic and contemporary styles. Silence and subtle sound punctuate emotional beats, creating spaces for reflection amid sensory richness. Editing shapes pace and mood, alternating rapid cuts that energize action with lingering takes that allow atmosphere and emotion to resonate. Transitions use dissolves and wipes reminiscent of old cartoons, linking narrative segments and reinforcing the film's playful tone. Together, these setting and cinematic elements create a multisensory experience that is immersive, evocative, and deeply aligned with the film's themes. The city is not just a stage but a character, alive with contradictions, beauty, and menace, that shapes and reflects the protagonist's journey. This intricate interplay of environment, light, color, sound, and movement invites viewers to lose themselves in a world where fantasy and reality merge, laughter and reflection coexist, and every frame pulses with life. In essence, the film's visual and auditory design crafts a kaleidoscopic universe that dazzles and engages on multiple levels. Through deliberate and artful choices, it transforms setting into story, atmosphere into emotion, and cinematic technique into a vibrant celebration of the wild, unpredictable dance of identity and freedom. The story behind the making of this film is as lively and vibrant as the story told on screen, a mosaic of creativity, camaraderie, and unexpected moments that shaped every scene and every laugh. Behind the carefully choreographed chaos and dazzling effects lies a world of human connection and ingenuity, where cast and crew forged bonds, faced challenges, and embraced the unpredictability that defines filmmaking. These behind-the-scenes insights reveal the heartbeat of the production, the passion, humor, and resilience that brought this unforgettable tale to life. From the outset, the director fostered a collaborative atmosphere that encouraged improvisation and shared creativity. Known for blending tight direction with openness to spontaneous moments, he cultivated a set where actors and crew felt empowered to contribute ideas and explore characters beyond the script. This spirit transformed the production into a dynamic workshop, buzzing with energy and mutual respect, where formal roles gave way to a shared commitment to storytelling. One of the most memorable dynamics was the relationship between the lead actors. The performer embodying the timid Stanley was a whirlwind of enthusiasm and physicality, often injecting unscripted humor and inventiveness into scenes. Opposite him, the actor playing the suave yet sinister antagonist was more measured, meticulous, and reserved, creating a fascinating off-screen contrast that mirrored their on-screen chemistry. Their friendship blossomed through playful banter, shared rituals, and moments of genuine support that helped navigate the demands of long shooting days. Between takes, the set often erupted with laughter sparked by impromptu pranks and playful competitions. One favorite pastime involved harmlessly surprising crew members with quirky props or silly noises, breaking tension and fostering joy. These light-hearted moments were essential in balancing the intense physical demands of stunt work and the meticulous nature of visual effects shooting. Shooting on location added authenticity but introduced a slew of logistical challenges. Filming in bustling urban environments meant coordinating with local officials, managing crowds, and dealing with unpredictable weather. On one occasion, a key chase scene was scheduled during a local festival that unexpectedly transformed the streets into a vibrant, crowded celebration. Instead of halting production, the director embraced the chaos, integrating festival elements into the sequence and capturing spontaneous energy that enriched the scene. The stunt team played a crucial role in the film's kinetic energy. The lead actor underwent extensive training in martial arts, acrobatics, and physical comedy to perform many stunts himself. Despite rigorous safety protocols, minor mishaps occurred, a misjudged jump, a bruised rib, but were met with professionalism and good humor. One particularly dramatic rooftop fight rehearsal saw a stunt performer nearly lose footing, only to recover with a creative tumble that was enthusiastically adopted into the choreography. Costume design presented unique challenges, especially with the iconic mask. Early prototypes were often too heavy or fragile, requiring several redesigns to balance durability, comfort, and expressive capability. The actor developed a ritual of subtle facial exercises to synchronize his expressions with the mask's exaggerated grin, enhancing believability. During a long shoot day, a malfunctioning fiber optic element in the mask caused it to flash uncontrollably, resulting in laughter and multiple takes until repairs were made. Sound recording amidst noisy city streets demanded innovative solutions. The sound team utilized directional microphones, isolated recording booths, and post-production dubbing to capture crisp dialogue. A fortuitous recording of a street musician's impromptu performance near the set was later woven into the soundtrack, adding a layer of authenticity and cultural texture. Multicultural cast and crew members enriched the set's atmosphere, bringing diverse traditions and perspectives. Shared meals featured dishes from around the world, and celebrations of various cultural festivals brought warmth and community. Language barriers occasionally led to humorous misunderstandings, but these moments deepened camaraderie and fostered mutual respect. Post-production was an intense period of refinement and creativity. Editors worked closely with the director to fine-tune pacing and balance narrative complexity with comedic timing. Visual effects artists pushed technological boundaries to blend animation with live action seamlessly. Sound engineers layered effects and music to create the film's signature aural palette. Test screenings guided revisions, ensuring clarity and emotional resonance. The integration of animation and live action was a pioneering endeavor. Early in production, the visual effects team experimented extensively with compositing techniques, hand-drawn animation, and emerging CGI tools. One memorable story involves a scene where the mask's exaggerated facial transformations were achieved by projecting animated frames onto the actor's face, a painstaking process that required perfect timing and coordination. These sequences set new standards for blending mediums and contributed to the film's distinctive aesthetic. Sound design played a vital role in bringing the film's playful world to life. The sound team crafted a rich palette of effects, layering classic cartoon sounds, boings, whistles, exaggerated footsteps, with urban ambient noises. The mask's voice was developed through a series of experimental recordings, mixing altered human vocalizations with whimsical sound bites to create a character that was at once mischievous and endearing. The musical score complemented this sonic landscape, weaving upbeat jazz motifs with energetic electronic rhythms to underscore the film's dynamic tone. Stunt work was choreographed with precision and safety at the forefront. The lead actor performed many of his own stunts, a testament to his dedication and the rigorous training regimen. Complex sequences involving rooftop chases, fights, and slapstick falls required careful planning and coordination among stunt coordinators, riggers, and medical staff. One famous incident involved a miscalculated leap that, though safely caught, led to an improvised move that was ultimately kept in the final cut for its unexpected flair. Costume design merged creativity with functionality. The protagonist's everyday wardrobe contrasted sharply with the vibrant, exaggerated costumes worn when the mask's power takes over. Designers experimented with fabrics and textures that would move fluidly and endure the physical demands of shooting. Accessories like gloves, hats, and shoes were carefully selected to amplify the character's transformation and enhance visual storytelling. Behind the scenes, the atmosphere on set was marked by camaraderie and humor. Long shooting days were balanced with moments of levity. Impromptu dance-offs, practical jokes, and shared meals helped build a sense of family among cast and crew. Cultural diversity among the team enriched the experience, with celebrations and traditions from various backgrounds contributing to a warm, inclusive environment. Post-production was an intensive phase where editors, visual effects artists, and sound engineers collaborated closely to fine-tune pacing, visual coherence, and auditory impact. Test screenings provided valuable feedback, prompting refinements that sharpened narrative clarity and emotional resonance. The willingness to adapt and experiment during editing exemplified the production's commitment to quality and innovation. Marketing campaigns embraced the film's unique spirit, highlighting behind-the-scenes stories and the star's charismatic presence. Promotional events and media appearances further fueled anticipation and connected with audiences, building a fan base that would sustain the film's popularity for decades. In essence, the production journey was a mosaic of artistry, ingenuity, and human connection. The strange and wonderful moments from the set, whether technical triumphs, accidental discoveries, or heartfelt interactions, illuminate the collaborative magic that turns vision into cinema. These stories deepen our appreciation, reminding us that behind every beloved film lies a world of creativity, challenge, and shared passion. The world this film invites us into is as vibrant and alive as the characters who inhabit it, a dynamic playground where setting and cinematic elements intertwine to shape every moment's emotional and thematic resonance. More than mere backdrop, the cityscape and visual design serve as living extensions of the story's heart, a place where reality bends, personalities explode, and the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary. To understand the film's enduring charm and impact, one must delve into how these elements craft atmosphere, amplify narrative, and immerse the audience in a kaleidoscope of color, light, and movement. From the opening scenes, the city pulses with an energy that is both tangible and fantastical. Neon signs blaze against rain-slicked streets, casting fragmented reflections that dance across puddles and window panes. This urban canvas, part gritty metropolis, part cartoonish wonderland, blurs the line between reality and imagination. The filmmakers chose a mix of real locations and studio sets, blending authentic textures with stylized design to create a world that feels simultaneously familiar and surreal. The city's architecture plays a crucial role in establishing mood. Art Deco facades and bustling marketplaces evoke a timeless urban vibrancy, while sleek nightclubs and shadowed alleyways hint at mystery and danger. These contrasting spaces mirror the film's thematic juxtapositions: order and chaos, appearance and truth, restraint and release. The environments do more than house action. They reflect characters' inner lives and narrative shifts. For example, The protagonist's modest apartment is cluttered and intimate, underscoring his initial isolation and yearning, while the nightclub is a sensory overload of color and sound, a stage for transformation and revelation. Cinematography is the lens through which this world breathes and dazzles. The director of photography employs a versatile visual language that adapts fluidly to tone and story. Dynamic tracking shots propel the audience through the city's maze-like streets, conveying speed and urgency during chase sequences. Handheld cameras capture moments of intimacy and vulnerability, grounding the film's wildest antics in human emotion. Wide angles reveal the city's sprawling scale, emphasizing characters' smallness amid towering structures and flashing lights, while close-ups isolate expressions and details that convey complexity and nuance. Lighting is a masterstroke of atmosphere and symbolism. The interplay of neon glows, harsh streetlights, and flickering monitors creates a chiaroscuro effect, painting scenes with vibrant contrasts. Reflections multiply, distorting and fracturing images to evoke themes of duality and fractured identity. Rain, a recurring motif, washes the city in a glossy sheen that heightens mood and texture. Night scenes, suffused with cool blues and greens, create a sense of mystery and potential, while bursts of warm light punctuate moments of passion and chaos. Color grading is strategically used to shape emotional tone. Early sequences bathe in muted earth tones that emphasize the protagonist's subdued existence. As transformation unfolds, palettes shift to saturated neons and bold primaries, reflecting unleashed energy and the blurring of reality's edges. This chromatic evolution parallels character arcs and narrative progression, guiding viewers' subconscious responses. Marketing embraced the film's unique spirit, sharing behind-the-scenes glimpses and cast interviews that highlighted on-set stories and personal reflections. Social media campaigns and fan events fostered community and anticipation, extending the film's reach beyond theaters. In essence, the behind-the-scenes story is a testament to collaborative artistry and human connection. The creative sparks, challenges overcome, and joyful moments on set illuminate the heart behind the spectacle. These insights deepen our appreciation, reminding us that every frame is imbued with the passion, resilience, and shared dreams of those who brought this wild, wonderful story to life. The world of this film is a kaleidoscope of color, chaos, and transformation, yet beneath its gleaming surface lies a complex exploration of themes and symbolism that invite viewers to look beyond the laughter and spectacle, to consider the profound questions woven into its very fabric. At its core, the film is a meditation on identity, how it is formed, fractured, and sometimes explosively redefined, and the masks we all wear to navigate the expectations of society and the tumult within ourselves. The theme of duality pulses through every frame, beginning with the protagonist's extraordinary transformation. Stanley Ipkiss's journey embodies the tension between the self he presents to the world and the wild, untamed persona lurking beneath. The mask is both literal and metaphorical, symbolizing the liberation of the suppressed ID, the release of desires and impulses that society often demands we conceal. This duality invites reflection on the nature of identity itself, not as a fixed essence but as a fluid, multifaceted construct shaped by circumstance, choice, and inner conflict. Control and chaos form another central thematic pair. The mask grants Stanley unbounded freedom, enabling him to break laws of physics, social norms, and personal inhibitions. This release is exhilarating but also perilous, challenging notions of responsibility and consequence. The film explores how power, especially sudden, unchecked power, can corrupt or redeem, offering a nuanced view of freedom that acknowledges its complexities and costs. The city setting is a rich symbol of society's structures, both vibrant and oppressive. Its neon-lit streets and bustling venues represent opportunity and excitement but also conceal shadows of danger, deception, and isolation. The urban landscape reflects the film's exploration of public persona versus private reality, where appearances can deceive and identity is constantly negotiated. Characters themselves embody thematic tensions. Tina Carlyle, for example, symbolizes allure and mystery, embodying themes of desire, agency, and the interplay between vulnerability and strength. Her interactions with Stanley illuminate questions of authenticity, performance, and the complexities of human connection. Similarly, the antagonist Dorian Tyrell represents ambition and the seductive, destructive nature of power, casting a dark mirror against Stanley's chaotic innocence. Symbolism extends into visual elements throughout the film. The mask's vivid green hue, exaggerated grin, and exaggerated features evoke classic cartoon iconography, linking the character to archetypes of tricksters and jesters who disrupt order and reveal hidden truths. Rain, a recurring motif, symbolizes cleansing and renewal but also melancholy and uncertainty, coloring scenes with emotional depth. Mirrors and reflections appear frequently, underscoring themes of fractured identity and the elusive nature of self-perception. The film's color palette reinforces thematic layers. Warm tones, reds, oranges, signal passion, danger, and transformation, while cooler blues and greens evoke detachment and mystery. Neon accents punctuate scenes, creating a rhythm of light and shadow that mirrors the protagonist's inner turmoil and external chaos. Sound and music carry symbolic weight as well. The jazzy, upbeat score blends with playful electronic sounds, reflecting the film's fusion of old and new, reality and fantasy. Musical motifs underscore character themes, guiding emotional response and narrative flow. Sound effects, boings, whistles, zings, punctuate action with cartoonish whimsy, reminding viewers of the thin line between reality and imagination. These themes and symbols are deeply integrated into plot and character development. Stanley's transformation challenges notions of identity and control. His struggles reflect universal human dilemmas about authenticity and self-expression. The narrative arc, filled with conflict, revelation, and resolution, mirrors the journey from repression to liberation, chaos to balance. Relationships between characters dramatize trust, deception, and the search for connection amid confusion. In essence, the film is a vibrant allegory about the human condition, using humor, fantasy, and visual spectacle to probe enduring questions. Its thematic richness invites viewers to laugh and marvel while contemplating the masks we wear, the parts of ourselves we hide or unleash, and the complex dance between freedom and responsibility. Through its symbols and stories, the film becomes a mirror reflecting our own desires, fears, and possibilities, a timeless exploration of identity in all its dazzling complexity. The making of this film stands as a landmark achievement in blending the fantastical with the tangible, where filmmaking techniques are not just tools but vital storytellers in their own right. Every frame, every sound, every cut works in concert to create an atmosphere that dazzles, delights, and draws viewers deep into a world that blurs the line between reality and imagination. To truly appreciate the film's impact, one must journey through the artistry and innovation that shaped its distinctive style and emotional resonance. Central to this cinematic tapestry is the film's cinematography, a masterful dance of light, color, and movement that captures both the mundane and the magical. The director of photography employed a dynamic visual vocabulary, shifting effortlessly between kinetic handheld shots that plunge the audience into the frenetic energy of chase sequences and carefully composed static frames that linger on characters' expressions and environmental details. This balance creates a rhythm that mirrors the protagonist's tumultuous journey, from timid ordinariness to explosive alter ego. Lighting plays a pivotal role in establishing mood and reinforcing theme. The city's neon glow bathes scenes in a palette of vibrant greens, blues, and pinks, creating an electric atmosphere that is at once inviting and uncanny. Contrasts of shadow and illumination sculpt faces and spaces, evoking mystery and highlighting dualities. The interplay of light on rain-slicked streets and reflective surfaces adds texture and depth, visually reinforcing the film's exploration of fractured identity and blurred realities. Color grading is employed with precision, evolving alongside the narrative. Early scenes adopt muted earthy tones that underscore the protagonist's subdued life, while sequences featuring the mask's influence explode with saturated, luminous hues that amplify the sense of unleashed energy and chaos. This chromatic progression guides the viewer's emotional journey, weaving visual cues into the storytelling fabric. Camera work extends beyond composition to movement and perspective. Tracking shots follow the protagonist through labyrinthine alleys and crowded clubs, immersing viewers in the urban landscape and the characters' increasingly frenetic state. Crane shots reveal the sprawling cityscape, situating individual struggles within a vast, impersonal world. Close-ups isolate subtle gestures, a flicker of hesitation, a sly grin, offering intimacy amid spectacle. Occasional fisheye lenses and exaggerated angles evoke the mask's distorted, cartoonish reality, merging form and content. Editing shapes the film's pace and tone with deft artistry. Rapid cuts heighten tension and excitement during action sequences, creating a sense of urgency and disorientation that echoes the protagonist's internal chaos. In contrast, lingering shots during quieter moments allow emotion and reflection to breathe, deepening character connection. The use of rhythmic montage, cross-cutting between parallel storylines, and creative transitions, such as wipes and dissolves reminiscent of classic animation, reinforce the film's hybrid aesthetic and narrative fluidity. Sound design weaves a rich tapestry of auditory textures. Ambient city sounds, footsteps, distant sirens, murmurs of crowds, anchor scenes in place, while whimsical sound effects punctuate the mask's surreal antics, evoking the spirit of old cartoons. Layered audio cues enhance physical comedy and dramatic beats, immersing viewers in the protagonist's shifting world. Silence is used strategically to underscore tension or intimacy, creating dynamic contrasts. The musical score blends jazz motifs with playful electronic elements, reflecting the film's fusion of classic and contemporary influences. Leitmotifs associated with characters or themes guide emotional response and narrative continuity. The score's tempo and instrumentation shift fluidly, mirroring narrative arcs and heightening engagement. Visual effects are a cornerstone of the film's innovation. At a time when digital technology was burgeoning, the production pioneered techniques that seamlessly integrated live-action performances with animation and CGI. The mask's transformations, stretching faces, impossible shapes, exaggerated movements, combine hand-drawn animation, compositing, and digital manipulation to achieve a unique visual language. These effects amplify the film's themes of identity and freedom while delivering spectacular spectacle. Practical effects complement digital artistry, grounding fantasy in physical reality. Elaborate sets, detailed props, and physical stunts provide tactile texture that enhances immersion. The careful coordination between departments ensured that visual effects enhanced rather than overshadowed performance and story. Box office production was supported by strategic marketing that emphasized the film's originality, humor, and visual flair. Trailers highlighted iconic scenes and characters, while promotional campaigns leveraged star power and genre appeal to attract diverse audiences. Premieres and media appearances generated buzz, contributing to strong opening performances and sustained interest. Commercial success reflected the synergy of technical innovation, storytelling, and audience connection. The film's appeal crossed demographic boundaries, resonating with fans of comedy, fantasy, action, and animation alike. Its cultural impact extended beyond box office numbers, influencing subsequent media and maintaining a devoted fan base. In sum, the film's filmmaking techniques, spanning cinematography, lighting, editing, sound, visual effects, and production design, coalesce into a vibrant, immersive experience that elevates narrative and theme. These elements transform the story from script to sensation, inviting viewers to lose themselves in a world where reality bends, identities shift, and laughter and wonder reign. The film stands as a testament to cinematic creativity and technological artistry, a joyful celebration of the magic that happens when vision meets craft. The story of this film extends far beyond the glowing screen. It lives and breathes through the voices and faces of the people who brought it to life and the audiences who embraced it with laughter, love, and reflection. The cast, with their vibrant performances and off-screen insights, offer a window into the heart of the film's creation. Meanwhile, audience reactions, ranging from ecstatic fan enthusiasm to thoughtful critique, paint a rich portrait of the film's cultural resonance and enduring appeal. Together, these perspectives weave a narrative of connection, artistry, and shared experience that deepens our understanding and appreciation. At the center of this constellation stands the lead actor, whose portrayal of Stanley Ipkiss is nothing short of transformative. Known for his charisma and physicality, he embraced the challenge of bringing to life a character who is both everyman and cartoonish wild card. In interviews, he speaks candidly about the rigorous preparation required, not only mastering complex physical comedy and stunts but also delving into the emotional nuances that make Stanley relatable. He describes his process as a blend of intense focus and playful experimentation, channeling classic slapstick while infusing the role with genuine heart. The actor recounts moments on set where improvisation sparked unexpected magic, from spontaneous facial expressions to off-script lines that enliven scenes. His reflections reveal an artist deeply engaged with the film's themes of identity and liberation, seeing the mask as a metaphor for the parts of ourselves we often hide or long to express. This thoughtful approach shines through in his performance, which balances wild energy with tender vulnerability. Opposite him, the actor portraying the antagonist Dorian Tyrell offers a compelling counterpoint. In interviews, he discusses the complexity of embodying a villain who is charismatic yet menacing, driven by ambition but marked by underlying insecurities. He speaks about the importance of avoiding caricature, aiming instead to create a figure whose motivations are understandable, if dark. His portrayal brings nuance to the film's exploration of power and corruption, adding depth to the conflict and elevating the narrative stakes. Their off-screen rapport mirrors their on-screen tension. The actors share anecdotes of playful rivalry and mutual respect, revealing a dynamic that enriched their performances. These personal stories highlight the collaborative spirit that infused the production, where relationships between cast members translated into authentic chemistry and dynamic interactions. The actress playing Tina Carlisle shares insights into crafting a character who is simultaneously alluring, mysterious, and emotionally complex. She discusses the challenges of portraying vulnerability beneath glamour and the joy of working in a film that blends humor with heart. Her reflections reveal an artist attuned to the story's emotional currents and the importance of nuanced female representation in genre cinema. Supporting cast members contribute additional layers, sharing experiences of ensemble work, character development, and the camaraderie that sustained the production. Their stories illuminate the collaborative fabric of filmmaking, where diverse talents converge to create a cohesive and compelling whole. Behind the scenes, the director and key crew members provide perspectives on realizing a vision that was both technically ambitious and emotionally resonant. The director speaks passionately about the balance between innovation and storytelling, the joy of blending animation with live action, and the challenges of orchestrating complex sequences. Crew interviews reveal the technical ingenuity and problem-solving that underpinned every frame, from costume design to visual effects to sound engineering. Audience reception forms a vital chapter in the film's ongoing story. From its release, the film captivated viewers with its unique blend of humor, fantasy, and heart. Fan testimonials expressed delight at the protagonist's quirky charm, the inventive visuals, and the film's playful yet meaningful themes. Social media and fan forums continue to buzz with analysis, fan art, and personal stories of connection, underscoring the film's lasting cultural impact. Critics have praised the film for its originality, energy, and emotional depth, while also engaging with its thematic explorations of identity and freedom. Academic discussions highlight its innovative melding of genres and media, situating it within broader conversations about film history and cultural expression. These varied responses illustrate the film's ability to resonate across diverse audiences and interpretive communities. The film's legacy is further enriched by fan conventions, retrospectives, and educational uses that celebrate its artistry and invite ongoing dialogue. Panels featuring cast and crew deepen understanding and foster connections between creators and viewers, sustaining a vibrant community of appreciation and inquiry. Ultimately, the cast's performances and insights, combined with the enthusiastic and thoughtful responses of audiences, create a living narrative that extends the film's reach beyond the screen. This shared experience of creation, interpretation, and celebration underscores the power of cinema to connect, inspire, and transform. Through their stories, the film lives on, not just as entertainment but as a cultural touchstone that continues to sparkle with energy and meaning. The journey we've taken through this film has been one of discovery, laughter, and reflection, a vibrant exploration of a story that dances effortlessly between comedy and depth, spectacle and heart. From the very first moments, we were invited into a world where the ordinary and the extraordinary collide, where a shy, unassuming man is transformed by an enchanted mask into a whirlwind of chaotic charm and boundless energy. Along the way, we traced his journey of self-discovery, the thrills and perils of newfound power, and the tangled web of relationships and conflicts that shape his path. We began by immersing ourselves in the film's introduction and overview, uncovering the delicate balance it strikes between playful fantasy and meaningful exploration of identity. The film's unique blend of slapstick humor and emotional nuance sets it apart, inviting viewers to laugh while considering the masks we all wear and the parts of ourselves we long to unleash. The plot's initial half plunged us into the protagonist's world, revealing his transformation and the awakening of a hidden self that defies convention. Key events unfolded with escalating energy and humor, introducing us to a cast of memorable characters and hinting at the challenges to come. As the story progressed, we delved into the second half's twists and climaxes, intense confrontations, shifting alliances, and moments of vulnerability that deepen the narrative's emotional stakes. The protagonist's struggle to balance his two identities, the antagonist's relentless pursuit, and the evolving relationships created a rich tapestry of tension and connection. The resolution brought a satisfying blend of triumph and ambiguity, leaving us pondering the costs and possibilities of freedom and authenticity. Our character analysis revealed the film's beating heart, the complex individuals whose journeys illuminate its themes. The protagonist's dual nature, the antagonist's ambition, the romantic and moral complexities embodied by the supporting cast, all contribute to a story that is as emotionally engaging as it is visually spectacular. Their performances and growth invite us to reflect on the nature of self, power, and connection. Behind-the-scenes insights opened a window into the collaborative spirit and creative problem-solving that shaped the film's magic. From the actors' physical and emotional preparation to the innovative visual effects, the challenges of shooting on location, and the camaraderie among cast and crew, these stories enrich our appreciation of the artistry and human effort behind the spectacle. We explored the film's rich themes and symbolism, duality, control and chaos, identity and liberation, woven seamlessly into its narrative and visual design. The city's neon-lit streets, the mask's vibrant colors, and the interplay of light and shadow create a symbolic landscape that echoes the characters' inner conflicts and transformations. The filmmaking techniques that bring this world to life, dynamic cinematography, evocative lighting, inventive editing, layered sound design, and pioneering visual effects, craft an immersive sensory experience. These elements work together to elevate the story, making each scene a feast for the eyes and ears while deepening emotional engagement. The voices of the cast, crew, and audiences remind us that this film is more than celluloid. It is a living conversation. The performers' insights reveal dedication and creativity, while audience reactions testify to the film's enduring appeal and cultural impact. This interplay of creation and reception enriches the film's legacy, sustaining its relevance across generations. As we close this exploration, it's clear that the film is a celebration of transformation, of identity, freedom, and the joyful chaos that arises when we dare to embrace the parts of ourselves we often hide. Its blend of humor, heart, and innovation invites us not only to be entertained but to reflect, to laugh, and to wonder. The world painted across the vibrant canvas of this film is far more than a playful romp filled with slapstick antics and dazzling visual effects. It is a profound exploration of the human psyche, the masks we wear, and the tensions between restraint and liberation. To fully appreciate its layers, we must delve deeply into the themes and symbolism that pulse beneath the surface, shaping the narrative's heart and illuminating the characters' journeys. At its core, the film grapples with the theme of identity, specifically the duality that resides within every person. Stanley Ipkiss, the mild-mannered protagonist, embodies the struggle between the socially acceptable self and the hidden, often suppressed desires lurking beneath. His transformation upon donning the enchanted mask is more than a physical change. It represents the unleashing of the unconscious, the ID breaking free from the shackles of societal norms and personal inhibition. The mask allows Stanley to express facets of himself that he has long denied or feared, boldness, humor, rebellion, and a wild joy unbound by consequence. This duality echoes classical psychological theories, particularly Carl Jung's concept of the shadow, the parts of ourselves we reject or hide, yet which profoundly shape our behavior and identity. The film invites viewers to confront their own shadows, to recognize that beneath the calm exterior lies a complex, sometimes chaotic inner life. The mask, then, is both liberator and trickster, granting freedom while exposing vulnerabilities. This dynamic tension is central to the narrative and resonates universally. Control versus chaos is another fundamental theme woven through the story. The mask grants Stanley extraordinary powers, enabling him to bend reality, defy physics, and disrupt social order. Initially exhilarating, this freedom carries inherent risks and responsibilities. The film probes the seductive nature of power and the fine line between self-expression and self-destruction. Stanley's journey illustrates how liberation without boundaries can lead to unintended consequences, echoing age-old philosophical debates about freedom, ethics, and the self. The antagonist, Dorian Tyrell, embodies the dark side of control, the ruthless pursuit of dominance through fear and manipulation. His character contrasts sharply with Stanley's anarchic spirit, representing order imposed through violence and coercion. This opposition sets up a thematic conflict between oppressive structures and the liberating, if unpredictable, force of individual agency. The clash between these forces drives the plot and deepens the film's engagement with questions of power and resistance. Symbolism saturates the film's visual and narrative fabric, enriching its themes and inviting layered interpretation. The mask itself is the most potent symbol, a radiant green grin that simultaneously conceals and reveals. Its exaggerated features echo the tradition of the jester or trickster archetype, figures who challenge authority, expose hypocrisy, and embody paradox. The mask's color, green, traditionally associated with both vitality and envy, underscores its dual nature as a source of life and danger. The urban setting functions symbolically as well, a city bathed in neon lights and shadows that reflects the duality and contradictions of modern life. Its streets and alleys serve as stages for transformation, danger, and discovery. Rain frequently falls, washing surfaces to create reflections and distortions that metaphorically suggest fractured identities and shifting realities. Mirrors and reflective surfaces recur, reinforcing motifs of self-examination and the elusive nature of truth. Color plays a strategic role in conveying emotion and meaning. Early scenes, grounded in muted earth tones, emphasize Stanley's subdued existence, while sequences where the mask's influence dominates burst with saturated neons and vibrant primaries. These shifts visually articulate the journey from repression to exuberance, from concealment to revelation. Sound and music deepen the symbolic landscape. The jazzy, upbeat score intertwines with whimsical sound effects, boings, whistles, exaggerated footsteps, that echo classic cartoons and vaudeville traditions. This audio tapestry mirrors the film's blend of old and new, reality and fantasy, highlighting its playful yet profound nature. These themes and symbols connect intimately with plot and character. Stanley's arc, from timid clerk to chaotic hero, is a study in embracing the self's multiplicity. His relationships, especially with Tina Carlyle, explore desire, trust, and the negotiation of identity in intimate contexts. The antagonist's ambitions frame broader societal critiques, while supporting characters embody facets of community, loyalty, and transformation. In essence, the film is a joyful yet thoughtful meditation on what it means to be human, complex, contradictory, and endlessly fascinating. Its use of humor, fantasy, and visual spectacle serves not only to entertain but to invite reflection on the masks we wear, the selves we hide, and the liberating power of embracing our full, vibrant identities. Through its rich thematic and symbolic tapestry, the film becomes a timeless mirror, reflecting the chaos and beauty at the heart of our shared experience. Central to this cinematic tapestry is the film's cinematography, a masterful dance of light, color, and movement that captures both the mundane and the magical. The director of photography employed a dynamic visual vocabulary, shifting effortlessly between kinetic handheld shots that plunge the audience into the frenetic energy of chase sequences and carefully composed static frames that linger on characters' expressions and environmental details. This balance creates a rhythm that mirrors the protagonist's tumultuous journey, from timid ordinariness to explosive alter ego. Lighting plays a pivotal role in establishing mood and reinforcing theme. The city's neon glow bathes scenes in a palette of vibrant greens, blues, and pinks, creating an electric atmosphere that is at once inviting and uncanny. Contrasts of shadow and illumination sculpt faces and spaces, evoking mystery and highlighting dualities. The interplay of light on rain-slicked streets and reflective surfaces adds texture and depth, visually reinforcing the film's exploration of fractured identity and blurred realities. Color grading is employed with precision, evolving alongside the narrative. Early scenes adopt muted earthy tones that underscore the protagonist's subdued life, while sequences featuring the mask's influence explode with saturated, luminous hues that amplify the sense of unleashed energy and chaos. This chromatic progression guides the viewer's emotional journey, weaving visual cues into the storytelling fabric. Camera work extends beyond composition to movement and perspective. Tracking shots follow the protagonist through labyrinthine alleys and crowded clubs, immersing viewers in the urban landscape and the character's increasingly frenetic state. The making of this film stands as a vibrant testament to the power of filmmaking as an art form, a complex weaving of vision, technology, and human creativity that transforms a fantastical script into an immersive, unforgettable experience. Behind every laugh, every exaggerated gesture, every surreal transformation lies a tapestry of techniques carefully crafted to bring this world to life, to shape mood, and to guide the viewer's emotions. Exploring the filmmaking techniques used reveals how the fusion of cinematography, sound design, editing, and special effects created not just a movie, but a living, breathing universe that pulses with energy and heart. At the foundation of the film's visual storytelling is its dynamic cinematography. The director of photography employed a masterful blend of movement and composition to capture the story's tonal duality, between the grounded reality of Stanley Ipkiss's ordinary life and the explosive cartoonishness of his mask-wielding alter ego. Wide, sweeping shots reveal the sprawling urban landscape, situating the characters within a world of neon lights and shadowed streets, while tight close-ups bring intimacy and emotional nuance to key moments. Camera movement is fluid and purposeful. Tracking shots follow Stanley's frantic escapades through city alleys and crowded clubs, plunging the viewer into the heart of the action and the character's dizzying transformation. Contrasting these kinetic sequences are carefully composed still shots that linger on subtle expressions, grounding the film's fantastical elements in human reality. The cinematographer's choice of angles, sometimes skewed, sometimes exaggerated, evokes the mask's surreal influence, bending perspective to mirror internal chaos. Lighting design plays an equally vital role in shaping atmosphere. The film bathes its urban environment in a palette of neon hues, electric greens, vibrant blues, and hot pinks that evoke a sense of energy and otherworldliness. These luminous colors contrast sharply with shadowed corners and dark alleyways, creating chiaroscuro effects that visually underscore themes of duality and hidden truths. The interplay of light and shadow also heightens suspense and mystery, while reflective surfaces multiply images, suggesting fractured identity and layered realities. Color grading follows a deliberate evolution aligned with narrative beats. Early scenes feature muted earthy tones that highlight Stanley's subdued existence, transitioning into bursts of saturated color as the mask's influence grows. This visual progression guides emotional response, symbolizing the release from repression to chaotic freedom. The color design works hand in hand with lighting and set design to create a cohesive visual language that is both stylized and emotionally resonant. Editing shapes pace and tone with rhythmic precision. Rapid cuts drive the film's frenetic action sequences, creating a sense of urgency and disorientation that echoes the protagonist's internal turmoil. These sequences employ quick cross-cuts and jump cuts that heighten tension while maintaining clarity amid chaos. In contrast, slower, lingering shots during moments of reflection allow emotional depth to surface, giving audiences time to connect with characters' vulnerabilities. Transitions between scenes often employ wipes and dissolves reminiscent of classic cartoons, reinforcing the film's hybrid aesthetic and playful tone. The editors balance narrative complexity with accessibility, weaving together multiple storylines and tonal shifts without losing coherence. The interplay of pacing and timing contributes significantly to the film's unique rhythm, keeping viewers engaged and emotionally invested. Sound design weaves a rich auditory tapestry that complements and amplifies the visual spectacle. Ambient urban noises, street chatter, traffic hum, distant sirens, anchor scenes in place, creating a living cityscape that feels authentic and textured. Layered sound effects punctuate the mask's cartoonish antics, incorporating boings, whistles, and exaggerated impacts that evoke classic animation while enhancing comedic timing. The mask's distinctive voice was crafted through a combination of the lead actor's vocal experimentation and innovative audio processing. Engineers layered altered human vocalizations with whimsical sound bites, producing a voice that is mischievous, unpredictable, and instantly recognizable. This auditory signature helps define the character and deepen immersion. The musical score blends jazz motifs with playful electronic rhythms, reflecting the film's synthesis of classic and contemporary influences. Leitmotifs associated with characters or thematic elements guide emotional response, subtly reinforcing narrative arcs. The score's dynamic shifts in tempo and texture mirror the protagonist's journey, underscoring moments of tension, joy, and transformation. Special effects were a cornerstone of the film's visual identity. At a time when digital technology was emerging, the production innovatively combined practical effects, hand-drawn animation, and early CGI to realize the mask's fantastical transformations. Sequences where the mask distorts faces, stretches limbs, and defies physics required meticulous frame-by-frame compositing and creative problem-solving. The seamless integration of live-action performances with animated elements created a vibrant hybrid aesthetic that dazzled audiences and pushed the boundaries of what was possible. Practical effects and stunt work grounded the film's surreal moments in physical reality. Elaborate sets, detailed props, and carefully choreographed stunts provided tactile texture and visceral impact. The lead actor performed many of his own stunts, undergoing rigorous training to embody the character's physicality. Safety and precision were paramount, with stunt coordinators orchestrating complex sequences that balanced risk with artistry. The film's production design extended beyond sets and costumes to include meticulous attention to detail in lighting fixtures, signage, and background action, creating an immersive environment alive with cultural references and atmospheric depth. These elements support storytelling subtly, enriching scenes without overwhelming narrative focus. Box office production was supported by strategic marketing campaigns that highlighted the film's originality, humor, and visual flair. Trailers showcased iconic moments and character dynamics, while media appearances and promotional events leveraged the star's charisma to build anticipation. The film's appeal across diverse audience segments contributed to strong opening weekends and sustained box office performance. Its commercial success reflected the effective fusion of technical innovation, storytelling, and audience engagement. The film resonated with fans of multiple genres: comedy, fantasy, action, and animation, broadening its cultural footprint and establishing it as a beloved classic. In conclusion, the film's filmmaking techniques, from cinematography and lighting to editing, sound, and visual effects, combine into a rich sensory experience that elevates narrative and theme. These carefully orchestrated elements transform the story into a dynamic, immersive world that captivates viewers, inviting them to laugh, marvel, and reflect. This harmonious blend of artistry and technology stands as a testament to the transformative power of cinema, celebrating the magic that arises when imagination meets craft.